When you're about to say something but then decide it's not worth the effort. Me, trying to sleep, a random mosquito. Trying to catch your dog but they do this. You need a job. I don't want a job, it's so much work. Was I productive this week? No, but was I able to relax? Also no, but was I gentle with myself about all of this? No. When you're arguing with someone and they send a source and you recognize the ChatGPT font. Then, got someone with ID to buy us some boots. I can't wait to be old enough to buy it myself. Now, this Shisui. Your next task is making an actually new franchise instead of milking the same one for 40 plus years. Nintendo. Went on a date with a guy years ago and told him I might have narcolepsy to which he looked at me weirdly, changed the subject and he never called me back. Years later he asked if I still fancied lead people and it turns out he thought I meant necrophilia. Dads immediately after eating their entire plate of dinner in 3 minutes. What my hot and salty french fries see as I leave the drive-thru. Girls after scoring 499 out of 500 in their board examinations. Boys after destroying a nuclear power plant. I was in the toilet. Gas tank. Look inside. Liquid. Me in bed. Left. Telling my dog how precious he is and how much I love him. Me. I cannot wait for summer with its warm and long days. Also me after 2 days of 30 degrees Celsius. Abundance through technological advancements. Humans. Artificial scarcity. By the age of 30 you should not rent own a bouncy castle. This is a time when you should be building equity. The only way to beat inflation is with inflatables. Every war. Switzerland. Think you had a bad tweet once. You have no idea. What's one thing the 1920s had that the 2020s should bring back? Pandemics. Me watching couples in love while I'm bored single as F and about to embate. When it's your day off and you can do anything you want but you just sit there like the piece of shit that you are. Me every time, sticking to the main story, doing every side quest. The treatment for headache, depression, stress and many more. Me in 2080 when I'm playing COD Ukraine and the intro mission is to snipe Harambe. Sometimes I think about how my husband told me once there was a girl in high school who would invite him to sit in her car at lunch and put on music that she would joke was good music and he thought she just really enjoyed music. Y5 drops down by 1 bar. YouTube video quality. When you stub your toe and hear a crack. I wouldn't say my husband and I are in a fight but I bent over to pick something up and he didn't smack my ass so I'm pretty hurt and confused. Me a confused soul after waking up and looking at the news. The first 6 months of 2025. When the Zoomer kid only knows Hank Hill as the skin from Fortnite. Me trying to think of a single strength I have during a job interview. Today I learned that the French writer and philosopher George Bataille founded a secret society called Acéphalo to explore ritualism and human sacrifice but apparently everyone volunteered to be the sacrificial victim and no one wanted to be the executioner so no sacrifice was ever carried out when no tops show up to the party. Post Malone's mustache looks like two capybaras kissing. I have never understood the concept of bullying, like why the F are you mad that I'm ugly? No matter what you call it, one thing that unites us all is the X button. PlayStation gamers, Xbox gamers, Nintendo gamers, mobile gamers, PC gamers. Practicing how I'm gonna explain to the aliens that baseline and Vaseline do not sound the same. Here, have some bacon. No, I'm Jewish. Relax, it's free. Tony, am I ugly? God made no one ugly, thanks, but who the hell made you? N. Me changing my password because I keep forgetting my old passwords. I'm done with self-care, it's time to harm others. Chernobyl workers watching the reactor make 40 years of energy in 3 seconds. Anyone, maybe starting World War III is a bad idea, I don't know. The bots, you're sheltering enemies of the state, aren't you? Last year I was depressed, this year I'm even more depressed, that's called growth. What a legend. 4 out of 5 people suffer from diarrhea, the one person who enjoys it. Oldie but goldie, why yo forehead got abs, overthinking. Never forget when I lived in Florida, I was talking to this guy and found out he had a girlfriend. I found her Insta, messaged her, we met up, took a selfie and posted it to F with him. He screenshotted the selfie and posted it on his Insta and said both my girls looking good for real. How it feels today to be accused of using AI when you didn't. Please don't be sewing supplies, please don't be sewing supplies. Interviewer, why do you want this job? The interviewee, I want this job so I can make money. The interviewer, for some reason, despicable, retract that statement and apologize at once. One made millions cry, one made millions laugh. Self-proclaimed alpha males as soon as the draft starts. Studies show that teenagers today, oh he said teenagers, I'm a teenager. No wait, I'm 35. Baiting twice a week increases life expectancy by 20%, me in 30 to 63. Handmade meme, the internet, is this AI slop? Jesus wants to remind you that if you don't sin he lied for nothing. Tom Felton is still acting in Harry Potter despite J.K. Rowling, oh no, anyway. Peace. When I'm bored I message the on back page and see if I can get them to do manual labor. Hey, what are your prices? 100 half hour, 150 hour, and you'll do anything I want. Yes pappy. Okay good, I have a really long fence that needs to be painted. Shouldn't take you more than 30 minutes, I have cash, like an actual fence. 1994. I can't wait to see what the world is like in 30 years. 2025. I miss 1994. Classmate, how did you do on the exam? Me, I'm not sure, I answered every question though. Plants are the new pets, pets are the new kids, then what are kids? Lol, kids are now like exotic animals, you have got to be a little bit crazy or rich to have them. How he looked at me on our wedding day versus how he looked at his best man on our wedding day. How the F did Pixar manage to put a receding hairline on a fish? What do you call a funeral? What? More wood. I lost the ball but it's cool. Leo DiCaprio ends his under 25 dating rule with now 27-year-old model girlfriend. Should women be allowed to feed on the battlefield? Why would you want to take your child to war in the first place? Who said anything about a child? High elf. Even higher elf. What my passport photo looks like. Americanized versions of foreign food, actual foreign foods. My mom always tells me that boys aren't supposed to be pretty and I'm like oh yeah, then check this she out. Honestly bro, I'll F you. When you post a good meme and some idiot gets all serious in the comments. When you don't understand a meme in your feed and you realize it's just a photo posted by one of your normal friends. I have an uncle who responds to text messages after 2 months, no one knows where he lives exactly and he shows up when he wants to. He is one of my role models. People who complain about tourists in their town. I have never vacationed anywhere ever in my life. The houseplants in your kitchen watching you put water in the coffee maker. Nothing worse, when it's finally your day off so you can sleep in but your body decides to naturally wake you up early as F anyway. The worst angle for a picture of a seal. White people in animes. White people in Western cartoons. Everyone in 2020. Society we were raised to live in. Society we are forced to live in. Rest of the world. Soviet. Our kids will think we were crazy for using Google for 20 years. So you typed a question, got 100,000 blow links, gamed by SEO agencies, opened 11 tabs, skimmed each site, pieced together an answer and repeated this process 20 times a day. They'll think we were digital cavemen. I don't mind mosquitoes licking my blood. I have plenty to go around. What annoys me is the need to inject the itch juice into my skin. Like I'm already feeding you, why are you being such a bee? Imagine if I slapped my mom every time she made me dinner. British people posting yet another brown beanful and flavorless meal just to spite the rest of the world. Add more beans.
Spare change, ma'am.